Hello everyone, Minky here with the next part of Let's ATP Pokemon Sword and Shield. It is the 20th, I think, today, right? 20th of September, today, and it's 6:08 AM, so, yeah, and I'm still here, still pretty much here. I've not moved at all from being here since yesterday, so, yeah, it's still pretty good. Yeah, this guy does camping stuff. I'm just gonna show this guy off real quick. Okay, never mind. He just does like camping stuff. I'm not gonna go too in depth into it at the moment. But what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna talk to this guy ever because I can't really afford anything. I mean, I think this guy changes his TRs every day, so it would have been worth talking to him yesterday. But oh well. At least I can buy nest balls though at this point in time if I wanted to. So at least that's another Pokeball, if you will. That's still something. And on top of that, it's only 50 watts. But from my understanding, now in this game, if you buy 10 or more of any Pokeball, you will get a Premier Ball for it, even if it's nest balls or great balls or ultra balls or anything like that. And it will even stack as well. So before, it would be like if you bought 10 or more in one go, right? So if you want to buy 20 nest balls or 20 Pokeballs, I should say, you would buy 10 Pokeballs and then another 10 Pokeballs, and you would get 2 Premier Balls for it. Nowadays, you can buy 20 Pokeballs or 20 nest balls or whatever, and you would still get 2 Premier Balls for it in that one go, right? But if you buy them through here with the watts and whatnot, you won't actually get your any Premier Balls whatsoever, from my understanding. So I'm not gonna buy any here because I don't really need to buy that many at the moment. If you will, like I've got what Pokeballs have I even got? I've got 19 Pokeballs, so I'm pretty good on Pokeballs at the moment. So I'm pretty fine at the moment, if you will. And I've obviously got all these berries and such I haven't sorted out since last time, 'cause I didn't even realise I hadn't sorted it out. I know I did it on the other file, but not on this file. Oh, I got Tri-Attack, nice, that's one of my favourite moves. Nice. So yeah, at least you get to see what items I have as well, that's pretty nice. At this point in time when, like, obviously we've got all this stuff going on. Alright. Now what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go up here and we're going to progress the plot, and then after this I'm going to... Oh, I didn't even check if Thingamajig was on or not. The cutscenes. Hopefully it is. Hopefully there's an implication that it is on, but if not, I'll turn it on in a second. Just hopefully we don't miss anything. Because I do want to show this off at least once. If it's a version exclusive cutscene, then yeah, I'll show it off both times if I can. But in this case, like, it's not really a version exclusive cutscene, So obviously I'll try and show this off, and then I'll obviously try and do Thingamajig. So, alright, skip movies. Okay, you should have to skip movies off. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, nice. Alright, where can I go to then? Now there's a few things here that we can do now, if you will. Like some stuff that we can get on with, if you will. Specifically, there's a few things we need to get. Real ace of you to make it through the wild area. Seems like your trek ran your Pokemon ragged. How? I don't even think they're that bad. What are you on about? You should pop into the Pokemon Center. Besides, there's something in there I bet you'll get a kick out of, if you're a real trainer and all. Wow. Yeah, given that my hater played this game, that's kind of weird hearing such a quote, Because they do not like video games. Rotom is a kind of Rotom information service. It's a handy machine for trainers. You can even use one to customize your league card. Okay, there we go. Maybe we can customize that then. Nice. Oh, Leon's league card. Okay, I was going to give us our own. Like, what? How? Okay. Show off your achievements by making a league card. You can customize your card using the card maker found at every Pokemon Center. Doing so will also update your card with all your latest information. Trainers all have their own league cards, and you can swap cards with other trainers that you connect with using communication features. You can view all the league cards you collected by checking out your album, which you can find out on the league card option of the X menu. But Motostoke sure is big, right? Not to worry, Sonia is here to show you around a bit. Come find me after you heal up your Pokemon. The opening ceremony, huh? I get a bit worked up when I think how exciting and moving it was actually to stand up on a stadium pitch for the first time. Jeez, yeah, man. Alright, what can we do now then? Okay, we can't do the lotto yet, but we can at least check Pokejobs. See what I've got going on here. Oh, wait, I didn't read it. Pokemon are in high demand as helpers in the Galar region, and you're able to send your own Pokemon out to help on jobs. The Pokemon you send out will grow stronger from the experience they gain. The job postings will be updated every day. Good things will begin to happen if you send lots of Pokemon to many jobs, so keep an eye out for new postings and help out as much as you can. Right, so right now we don't have much, we obviously just have this one for now. And, like, they do get experience points as well, so I might as well do some of this, if you will, as we go along, on the side. And we don't have the Eevee training jobs yet, unfortunately, but we at least have that, so if anything, we've at least got something. So, And yes, actually, I just realised as well, my Rorts is male. That means that I can actually evolve them into Gallade if we ever get a Dawnstone, which we probably will soon, but, I think Seedot could be evolved as well at this point, so I should probably train them up actually, to be fair. Or maybe not yet, because I want to make sure I put them into home to get their Dex entry in there, but, I don't know about Grubbin quite yet. I think they should be evolved by now. Well, not should be. It's not a case that they should be evolved, because, it's just a case that they can evolve. Because obviously, sometimes you can catch wild Pokemon, in that higher leveled, sometimes even lower leveled actually, to be fair. And other times you can get you can get other stuff as well, what's it called? You can get other things as well that's there's no evolution runs, that kind of thing, or, there's, what else? You can get certain moves via level up, if you will, rather than you're either quicker or sometimes outright before evolving. I remember I think I remember doing this in Generation 3 of Pokemon, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, where I would get a Torchic, and I would prevent them from evolving all the way up to level 50 or so to get Flamethrower on them, because they wouldn't otherwise learn it through from Combuskin or Blaziken. I think they could get it through TM, I can't remember, but in Generation 3, TMs are very scarce, whatever, they're kind of rare-ish, and you can't easily just get more, you have to grind for them, if you will. And even then, in that case, I'd rather just teach the Torchic in this case, because it's they're not part of the team, and even if they were, it's not that bad that I have to afford them outright, So, anyway, for the Poké job, we're looking for normal type Pokemon. Together we can make a cloth that you can use in any way you like. Now, obviously they do typically say something along the lines of we want normal types, or we want spooky Pokemon, or whatever. They do say that, so if you give them normal types, or not give them, but if you lend them normal types, because they do come back, if you lend them normal types to the Poké job, they do get a boost. Those normal types do get a boost, and you do get a boost. I think you get a boost in a reward as well, I think. I'm not exactly sure on the details, but I know you get more of a boost for normal types in this case, for this Poké job, so. Which, obviously I'm setting these three, a normal type, electric type, and dark type, so Squirtle should get the most experience points here, which is kind of alright, because they kind of need a bit more, but I guess not with Yamper, but even so, these three, I'm going to send all all three of them together. And now you can do this for either 24 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, I'll put up a chart on screen as well for it, because obviously I feel like I went a bit too fast for that, but you can send them out for as long as you want, if you will. Well, not as long as you want, obviously there's a list, but, you know, and it kind of sucks in a way, because I would have much liked if there was, like, an option to just say, like, oh, how long do you want to put them in for, and then you put in a number of hours yourself, if you will, up to 24 hours, or maybe even, well, preferably up to 63 hours at least, because, like, when you do EV training, when you get those jobs do like 4 EVs per session, so you know, like putting them in for 63 hours would be really useful, you know, because then you get all the EVs in one go, right? So it'd be nice if I could just like put them in for 63 hours, and then it's like, oh, you've got all your EVs in that one stat now, cool. You know, you have to worry about having to keep on sending them in or whatever, you know. Alternatively, if you only do up to a day, it would be nice to be able to say, like, okay, send them for 23 hours, and then that way, if you've got, like, a daily schedule where, like, every day is kind of the same, or at least to the point where you get, like, the same hour every day, where, you know, you can send in your Pokemon, if you will, for Pokejobs or whatever, you put them in for 23 hours, and then you can get them back during that same hour. You know, you don't have to worry about, like, you know, missing it, because obviously if you put them in for 24 hours, it's gonna take 24 hours to do, and then it's gonna bleed extra time for you having to send in the Pokemon again, you know, and like obviously yeah, you can probably wait like you can probably minimize that to like a minute or so at most, but that's still more than a full 24 hours, so it's eventually gonna get to the point where you're gonna have to send them in for 12 hours or whatever, you know, just for it to catch up, if you will. You know, proper reorientate itself, if you will. So it would be nice if they did like anything up to 24 hours, or even preferably up to 63 hours, or well, at least 63 hours. But you know, like the limit was 63, maybe 72 hours, 72 because that's 3 days. It's 72 hours. That would have been nice, but you know, and then obviously 63 hours. I say that because obviously, like you know, that's good for the EV training. That's how many you need to max out a stat. You know, so anyway, so yeah, as you see, we send the Pokemon over, and it's 6:21 a.m. right now according to my clock. So this time tomorrow at 6:21 a.m. on Sunday, it will be you know, they will be done and they'll be back. And what I'll have to do is I'll have to load up the game again, go into check jobs, and you know, check Pokejobs, and then it will say, like, you know, job complete or something, and it'll be, like, red, if you will. Whereas right now, you get this, Pokemon sent. You can cancel this if you want to, but I think if I did that, I think it would delete this Pokejob, and I'll have to wait till later to get more, which is a bit unfortunate. Maybe not, because it is the last one, to be fair. So, you know, there is EV ones as well that don't give experience points, but instead they give you EVs, which is really good. And once you get those, which I think is around the 4th gym, once you get those, they never delete, right? They're always there for you, so it's really nice. Alright, so here as well we have rate to nickname, remember a move, or forget to move. Now, like I said, we have these guys. Obviously we've got Ralts and Rufflet. I might keep both of these. You know, I don't know, to be honest. Like, I might be tempted to keep this Ralts as like a synchronizer, if you will. I mean, I know they're male, and so they could evolve into Gallade. I'm not too sure. You know, I don't even know. I can't even remember if like Gallade was one of the 5 Pokemon that I was gonna do for a catcher build for one of these Let's Plays, but you know, I don't know. And then Rufflet we have here. They've been actually really good. I've actually got Home Claws. Okay, nice. I wonder if they can get like the other Rookie D move. Power Whip, I think it's called. Let's have a look. What? Oh, okay. I wasn't reading what he said. Lay. I've got a Home Claw, so I might as well stick with that. Oh well. I wonder if it's a breed move then, because if it is, then I'll see about getting down to them, but otherwise, in the meantime, it is what it is, I guess. Right, so obviously here we got some items. I think this is the same items, actually. They might be the same item until you get like the first gym badge, so we're kind of stuck with Pokeballs for now, and I guess Nest Balls as well from the Watt Trader. Oh, okay, we've got some Pokeballs here as well, so we've got Heal Balls for 300 Pokequid, Net Balls and Nest Balls for 1,000 each. And again, like I said, they do give you Premier Balls if you buy 10 or more of these for every 10 you buy as well, so it's really nice. No TMs unfortunately, but Oh, here we go. Here's another thing actually. If you've got a Bunnelby, would you trade it for my Squirtle? Don't we already have a Squirtle? I mean, if we do have a Squirtle and Bunnelby, because sometimes the trades are a bit pointless. Not pointless, that's too strong a word, but like, I don't know, should we go for this trade? I don't know, maybe I will in one of these 2 files. Especially since like Bunnelby is Generation 6 and Squirtle is Generation 8, so to be fair, Squirtle would be a new Pokemon, so maybe I could do that. I'm not sure though. The different shopkeepers sell different things. Who'd have thought? They all look so similar. Yeah, I think that only applies to this second guy. I'm not sure about the first because, like I said, I'm pretty sure he improves his items whenever you get like a gym badge or whatever. It's always better to weaken a Pokemon before you try and catch it. For example, you can lower its HP or use moves to put them to sleep or something. There is some inside who told me are rather fond of the card maker. Oh yeah, I could make a league card, but I'm going to wait on that because I want to buy some clothes first. So I'm going to make sure to do that. No, I didn't even heal. So, Brilliant Young Trainers brave the wild area. Well, unfortunately that's not true for everyone, but I guess that's going to be a case for everything like this, because I was talking about this last year. Was it last year? No, it was earlier this year actually. Where basically like you get trainers like this, or you get points like this where like oh, this person is saying like, oh, you're just a brilliant young trainer because you managed to brave the wild area. And in all fairness, like for one, like the wild area is not that bad to the point where you would consider it braving it, if you will, unless maybe it was like your first time playing. To be fair, but like also you get people who like just cheese the system, and in such a bad way, if you will. Like you get people not in the sense of like, oh, they'll use cheats and ruin the game experience for them, but they'll use cheats. I mean, yeah, they do that. They use cheats to ruin the game system for them or whatever, or to ruin the experience for themselves, if you will. Like, yeah, cheats are good and glitches are good because it helps teach things about the games and whatnot. Because, like, there's some lines of dialogue I remember in Ocarina of Time that I probably would have never gotten or never seen had I never, used cheats before, So, like, there is good in cheating and glitching or whatever. In that case, like, the action replay. But there is also bad in it. There's obviously bad in it, because I think obviously a lot of people will say like, oh, glitches and cheats are bad or whatever, which is kind of a meme at this point, I think. But it's like, cheats and glitches, it's how you use them that ruins the game experience for you, or gives you a good experience or whatever. That's how it is, and like, I remember cheating with the action replay a lot. I remember doing Let's Cheats before as well, which I'll link those down below in the description, because I haven't started any of the Let's Play movies yet, but I'll link down below for when I do start them, if you will. But I remember using Let's Cheats, cheating in these games. I wasn't cheating to ruin the experience or to speedrun the game or whatever. I wasn't doing that because my hater, they also thought like a Let's Cheat was a speedrun somehow. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are speedruns that use cheats, that allow for cheats. That doesn't mean speedruns are automatically Let's Cheats and vice versa or whatever. That's really an obvious statement. I feel like it's such an obvious statement that I cringe at the fact that I have to say that kind of thing. But, like, a Let's Cheat does not automatically equal a speedrun, it's true. Oh, gosh. But yeah, it is true, just because it's a Let's Cheat, they're not mutually inclusive. They're not mutually exclusive or inclusive, if you will. Like, being a let's cheat doesn't make it a speedrun, and being a speedrun doesn't make it a let's cheat. But you could do both, if you will. Just because you do one doesn't mean you're doing the other automatically, but it doesn't mean that you can't do the other, if you will. And same with glitches as well. Just because you use glitches doesn't mean that you're doing a speedrun or whatever, or that you're a bad person or whatever. It's really unfortunate that people like my hater are just attacking things like this, and I think it's really disappointing, to be honest. It's just sad, I think that they're letting that sort of naivety control them, if you will. I don't even want to say it's naivety, I'm more like arrogance. Like they're letting that arrogance control them to such a point that they're just horrible people, if you will, Anyway, do you remember what your goal in Motostoke is? Here for the gym challenge. So obviously, yeah, she's going to show us where it is. So, which is fair enough. By the way, ceremony tomorrow is being held at Motostoke Stadium. Oh, so it's tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow on Sunday. No, I'm kidding. Use that lift over there to get to the Pokemon Stadium. Okay. Well, later, I'm going to swing by the shops while I'm here, but don't forget to register at the stadium. Alright, let's go get some clothes. Alright, watch this. This looks like a berry shop. Okay, never mind. It's a nothing shop. Alright, this is a hairstyle shop. I'll do this some other time because I want to make sure that Actually, maybe... Yeah, you know what? Let's do this, actually. How much money do I have? 33,000, okay. Right, let's do hair, then. Right, what options do I have? Probably not an awful lot, to be fair. Oh yeah, I think I'll go with that, to be honest. Because I don't know, I'm trying to kind of base it on my own hair, but also, like, go for something I like the look of. If you will. Like, I'm not going to pick my obviously coloured hair, because I don't have, like, I have, like, normal coloured hair, if you will, to be blunt about it. Well, this is a sword, so, actually, you know what, let me do this. What I'll try and do is I'll try and make myself look like a blue person, if you will, like a sword player, if you will, kind of thing, in this file, and then on the other file I'll make it red. So yeah, I'll do that then. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll wear it, might as well. Alright, no, I'm gonna update my league card afterwards. And then let's see what makeup I can put on, if you will. And it's really just like, changing like your normal stuff, if you will. Not normal stuff, you know what I'm trying to say, I think. Alright, let's go for something. I don't want to just go for blue, everything. I want to at least make it a little different, if you will. Let's go with blonde, yeah. And then what colour eyes can we go for? That'll be good for that the shield file, I think, because of it's fire, so it's red. Star studded. Should we go for that one? Maybe it might be good for the whole thing, the whole aesthetic. I could go for that. Yeah, maybe I'll go for that. I don't know, because like purple. I mean, like I do want to put in a little bit of purple in there as well. So maybe I'll go for that, and then yeah, I'll go for that, and then obviously, because I can wear a lot of blue otherwise, so yeah, I think it'll be good then, yeah. Oh yeah. Nah, don't need to reprint it yet. Alright, let's find the clothing stores, is it? Yeah, it's gotta be. Alright, what do you have on sale? Hopefully something blue. Navy. Oh, that's actually pretty good, actually. No, I'll change clothes afterwards because I can have a look at everything. That's a bit. Oh, let's go for. So we go for that one actually. I don't know. It looks a bit. I don't know. Nah, that's a lot of money actually. To be fair, so yeah, let's not get it yet. Yeah, I'll have to pass on for now. Let's go for trousers. I mean, that's basically half my money, but that's fine. Because I do want to, get something if you will. I don't want to get something, if you will. Alright, we're not really going to see the socks, but I guess I'll get green ones. Because I want to at least get for a bit of personality in there, if you will. Oh, I don't even have enough for these, okay. Alright, the bag. Sport travel bag. We don't really even have enough money. No, we barely don't have enough money for any of these. Oh well. Sport cap. Yeah, we don't have enough money. Glasses. I don't know, man. Well, I don't really wear glasses anyway, so it's like maybe I should just leave those out or something. Or maybe I could do like a nostalgic kind of look for one of my characters, and then the other character can be like, something else, if you will, like my nowadays look, and the other one looking like my old self, kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know. Alright, green. Can we not look closer? I guess not. Okay, so we can get gloves out of navy, but I'd rather not because it kind of clashes a little bit. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll get them afterwards. Yeah. I guess I should have swapped over anyway. So, oh well. All right. Let's get. Oh no, let's not get that. I think that's what we got, right? Yeah. Yep. That's the ones we wanted. Yeah, let's get rid of that. I don't want to wear that right now. Oh, I do have glasses. Okay, nice. Red and blue. Alright, that's not too bad. I mean, it's not like purely blue, if you will. So maybe I'll try and go for something of a. Maybe I'll try and go for like a bluier, like a lighter blue on the jacket or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think that looks good. Alright, let's see what else they have real quick before I go. Wasn't I looking at one of the gloves? Yeah, it's a bit too dark for now, those gloves. So yeah, I'll pass up on those for now. Obviously we can buy them later if I really need to or whatever, but it's something we'll look into in a bit. So yeah, now what else do they have? Oh, you're a Pokemon trainer. Hey, let me get something nice. Try using this on your Pokemon. Oh yeah, TR13, meaning we can only use it once. TRs are vintage. You can use them to have a Pokemon learn rare moves. They break after one use too, which is also extra old school. Nice. I see that you're working on a Pokédex. You'll meet lots of wild Pokemon, or lots of different Pokemon if you head to the wild area. Yep. Plenty of Pokemon to find there. Today's coffee is something special. The Pokemon helping out did a good job. Yeah, that's really good that they actually say that stuff like that when the Pokemon are helping out and whatnot. So, yeah, it's really cool, I think. So, who enjoys bitter flavours just fine, but I've got more of a sweet tooth myself. Yeah, it's kind of teaching a little bit about natures, but it's not. It's not really that grand. I don't think of a help. Alright, now let's explore the town real quick, and then I'm gonna probably. I might record this into 2 parts or something, or I'll record this into 2 parts. Yeah, so I'll record this bit, and then. Oh yeah, okay. You've actually got to go up. You can't actually really explore that much. So I'll explore a little bit, and then I'll explore what I can anyway, I should say, and then I'll see what we can. I guess it's a free Pokeball day every day because people are practicing. Nice. But yeah, you can't go around, so you gotta go all the way up, unfortunately. Actually, wasn't there someone here that did like system settings or something? Or gave you like the music settings or whatever? I can't remember. I have to look for them. If I can't find them today, I'll make sure to show them off at some point. I don't know, I feel like they would be in here. I don't know. I feel like I remember them being here, but I don't know. Okay, not him. Oh, here we go. This is the guy. Okay, I thought he was, I don't know, one of the other guys. Instead of Hello Tech earbuds. Do you know what's Hello Tech about the Hello Tech earbuds? When you put them in your ears, they actually let you control the sound of your surroundings. Why? So they really are Hello Tech. You can even make them stop specific sounds, like Pokemon cries. That is true. It's so weird. Alright, let's do this then. And then I'll end the part there, I guess, afterwards. I don't know. I kind of want to show this cutscene off, if you will. Because I've shown all of Sword off as well, that's the thing, as well. So you become a trainer worthy of that endorsement I gave you. Dude, I look so different from before. And yes, I reckon you might even be ready to use this. Here, try giving this to your Pokemon to hold. To your partner to hold. A Mystic Water. Okay, I think he actually gives you the type item. I imagine he does anyway, I don't see why not. Because remember, I chose Sobble in this case. So he's giving me a Mystic Water. He might give a Charcoal for Sobble, for Skull Bunny, and a Miracle Seed for Grookey. So that's pretty cool. Why don't you just give me to that before? Give that to me before, you know? You can take that left up to the upper cities level if you're heading to the stadium next. Oh yeah. Let's have a look at that Mystic Water. Alright. Got some moves as well. Maybe I'll teach something, I don't know. I don't know, should I could probably teach SwSh a few Pokemon, but you know what, I'll pass on giving it for now, and I'll usually I'll give it now just for the sake of argument, and then obviously I can just unequip it later. Even though, like I said, I'm not going to use Sobble for the team, you know. There's also Tutel I could give it to, actually. Alright, well, let's just not go there. Let's see what we can explore. Okay, yeah, these people are cheering, and then I guess there's people on the other side as well. I don't know. Probably is, yeah. Or someone blocking the pathway, yeah. The bloody, what is it called? Coffee night. Coffee night, yeah. So that's fine. You made it too? The fuck am I? To be fair, I don't know, how do you know me? This is where the opening ceremony will be held. Everyone will be watching the opening ceremony for the gym challenge. Your mum, my mum, the whole world's mum. It's just like a your mum joke. You know who else will be watching this? Fuck's sake, man. It's getting me a bit nervous, really. No, this isn't nerves. I'm only trolling because I'm so excited. Come on, Minky, A to PB. It's time for the world to learn our names. It's time the world learn our names, yeah. maybe I'll do like I don't know. Maybe I'll do like a part 4. Or I don't want to really do an interval episode. That'd be a bit weird. A bit too soon for that, you know. So I don't know. Fire, water, fighting, steel. I think that is, or maybe rock. What's on this side? Grass, dragon, fairy, dog. Okay, that's actually the 8 gym leader types that we actually have in this game. Nice, 3 burn heals, right for the gym when we don't take it on just yet. Like, I already take on so much in these videos, I feel like, you know? It's so weird. Would you take a look at this? This place is packed with gym challenges. Every one of these folks is another rival. Another rival that we'll never talk to. Let's get signed up. He didn't even fucking say anything. What are you on about? It's just like, he just exists. Can you blame him for being so asocial? You know? Asocial or is it antisocial? I don't know. Can you blame him? If you're here to register for the gym challenge, I'll need to see your endorsement, please. I'm the main character. I already have the endorsement. Oh well. That's that. It's the first time we've had a challenge endorsed by the champion. Well, now we've had 2, because I'm as well. So, you know, there's a second time for everything. I wonder what's come over Leon this year. The 2 of you must be something special. I mean, well, I was about to say one of them is his brother, but like, at the same time, I feel like Leon might be the kind of person who'd be like, no, I don't want to give Hop endorsement just because he's my brother. I want him to actually be a decent trainer instead. I'm not gonna like give him a free handout kind of thing. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I think that's really good. The 2 of you must be something special. Oh yeah, we said that. I'm Hop. I'm Neil's little brother, in fact, and the next champion. Get me all signed up, would you? Oh yes, I'm trying to. If you just give me a moment. He's hot, man. You wonder why that guy's so antisocial. It's probably because you have enough social for the both of you. There, you 2 have been successfully registered as gym challenges. You can now choose your preferred number on your uniform, if you'd be so kind. Oh god, I didn't even remember this. Bloody hell, what number do I even pick? It will be displayed on the back of your uniform you must wear to any official match. Oh my god, are you actually serious? I can't even bloody remember what number to choose. Jeez. Alright, what do I want to pick then? Well, actually, you know what? I'm just going to go with 231 because it's my favourite number. So, I can't even remember what my other favourite number is, but I know it's like a rearrangement of these 3 numbers, but I'll have to check, so, you know. Now, if anyone knows why my favourite number is this, then, I don't know, you get a cookie, I guess. A purple cookie, because that's my favourite colour. So, yeah, there you go. 231, favourite number. So, wow, that was really quick actually. I pinned that, wow. Very well, and here, please wear this challenge band at all times to identify yourself as a gym challenger. Actually, I'm glad that I came here first, because that means I can put 231 on the league card. So if I ever want to share it, you can actually get the league number card thing at the same time, if you will, you know, that kind of thing. That would be really nice, man. The opening ceremony for the gym challenge is to be held here tomorrow. So, yeah, you got 24 hours. All trainers taking part have been booked a room at the nearby Budu Drop Inn. That's the league chairman for you. Even booked us all hotel rooms, even though we're barely miles away or anything. I'm out to check out the fancy digs. Oh yeah. We got more trainers here that we're gonna probably never speak to. You're looking a bit gobsmacked by all this. You must be the same small country town, is that it? You must be from the small country town. I'm quite the same myself. Really? I don't think you are, man, but oh well. There are heaps of us that something out like this, but only a small number will make it to the end. I bet. Right, you see, I can't even talk to them. They're just people that exist, I guess. Yeah, I'm trying to get a feel for things, if you will, trying to understand things better. Let's all do our utmost challenges, our utmost, our best. I don't know, man. I'm dead nervous. This isn't only the sound. No. What's the matter with me? What's the matter with me? I can't even speak at the moment. My Pokemon will all seem to be aching to battle, so why can't I seem to be feeling the same way? Fantastic challenges. Why are you standing here? I was endorsed by the chairman himself. In other words, among all these elites enough to get an endorsement, I'm the most elite of all. So why don't you clear off and try not talking to me again, would you? Well, dude, I got endorsed by the champion. What are you on about? I'm basically like second best, I guess, if anything. Well, I say second best, obviously I'm seventh best, but you know. It's positively criminal of you, wasting the time of someone as important as I am. I heard that this year's gym challenges include trainers that were endorsed by the chairman and even the champion. See, even she's more important than the champion. The opening ceremony of the gym challenge, my whole family will be watching back home. I should be checking my hair once more in the mirror, don't you think? I mean, no, it looks alright to me, man. The only challenges taken on the gym mission can go beyond this point. Alright, let me pass. I am taking on the... Can I not? I don't really know, man. Alright, I guess off to the hotel we go then. Alright, look at that. It's already like dusk time. You must be the challenger, Minky. The bundle drop in is down this way, if you would be so kind as to follow me. Dude, why not just teach me that the town map tells you where to go next? You know? Challenger Minky, we have arrived at the bundle drop in. See, it wasn't even that far. You could have just said, you know, go here on your town map or something. Try to get some rest and build your strength for what's to come. Alright, where is it? Town map, there we go. Okay, well, to be fair then, I guess that's not too good a situation, but this would have been benefited from, like, close-in maps or something, you know? Something, I guess. I don't know, man. Oh, yeah, man. Where the fuck were you? Well, you could start... What? Why are you at the entrance when you went miles ahead? What? Why are you here? Looks like you both got yourselves registered. Oh, hey, Sonia, what are you doing at our hotel? I'm researching the mysterious Pokemon that are said to be in the slumbering world. You know, I forgot to take pictures, actually. Oh, I could take pictures in the video, I guess, but I don't know, man. I reckon if I look more into Galar's legends, I might figure something out. Care to join me? You're here already anyway. Oh yeah, man. What's this then? It's actually of the hero who once saved the Galar region. I could run through the legend real quick if you fancy. You know what, I am going to say yes to this because, like, to me, like, I want to go through this as well and I want to show this off. Obviously, I'll put a timestamp anyway if you want to skip, because I don't blame you for wanting to skip, but I'm really interested in this kind of stuff as well, so let's have a look and let's get some extra details. Long ago, a great black storm covered the Galar region. People called it the Darkest Day. The land was assaulted by gigantic Pokémon, but they were defeated by a single young hero bearing a sword and a shield. She said this thing! She said the thing! This statue here is meant to depict the young hero of that legend. We still don't understand what kind of sword and shield the hero actually used, or the hero actually had, and what this Black Storm is supposed to be is just another mystery. Whatever it was, it blotted out the skies all across Galar. I suppose that tracks with it being called the Darkest Day, but still... I suppose that hero must have been about as strong as Lee then. Looks like you're going to have your hands full of plenty of research. Jeez, man. Wait, is that it? Is that all? I thought like this was supposed to be the big boy version. Or something, you know? Like you're supposed to listen to a lot or something, I don't know, man. Black storms and swords and shields and all. You'll be alright, Sonia, yeah. With all this research. I mean, it's research, you know, it's dangerous, but, you know, you'll be fine. Thanks, I'll muddle through somehow, don't you worry. You bet. You know, because research isn't that hard, actually, to be honest. No, not to downplay what Sonia's doing, obviously. I'm just saying, like, because that's another thing that my hater just really could not do. Like, they could not do the barest of research. You know, like, when it came to, like, looking things up on Google, you know, they could not do that for the life of them, if you will, you know? Or, like, it was very difficult. Like, you know how, like, you get those memes of, like, you know, how, like, AI artists, quote unquote, you know, how they, like, see, like, I remember seeing this one meme of, like, you know, how an AI artist sees making real art, and they were, like, writing with the pencil, like, or drawing with the pencil, and the person was acting as if it was really bloody painful, right? That is basically my hater with research, is that they found it so bloody painful to just load up Google, type in a few words, and check the search bar or whatever to find, you know, the information they would need, if you will, you know. And that's just Google, that's just a Google, because that's a lot of things that they could have researched for themselves just with Google. There was other instances as well where you would have to actually play the game to do the research in, but a lot of the time they were very easy to do as well. Like, unbelievably easy, you know? So I'm not trying to downplay Sonia at all, that's not what I'm trying to do, because obviously this is a big scale, it's a different sort of situation. You know, it's just that when I joke about research, if you will, you know, that's kind of where the joke is, if you will, that it's just like, a lot of the time it is so ungodly easy, you know, with stuff like you can just look stuff up. And even then, to be fair, there are some sites that give misinformation and whatnot. Obviously, that's kind of been a thing since the dawn of the internet, I guess, you know. So to be fair, you know, it's good to be skeptical, but that's why you link your sources, you know? That's why you link your sources, because if you say something that's wrong, right? If you look something up and it says, like, oh, you know, this does that, or whatever, and, like, for example, if you look something up and it says, like, oh, Skeptile falls into Torchic, right? If you don't know Pokemon well enough to the point where you would believe that, because, like, obviously, like, Skeptile is before Torchic in the Pokédex, so I guess it kind of makes sense, you know? If someone said Skeptile falls into Torchic, you would say, like, okay, well, from my understanding, Skeptile falls into Torchic, here's my source that I'm using. You know, but obviously at the same time, you would get, like, obviously people saying, like, you would get reasonable people saying, like, no, that doesn't work like that, because they just don't, you know, and they just show things on, like, Bulbapedia and whatever. Obviously, there's, like, more serious situations, if you will, than that, like, Skeptile falling into Torchic, yeah, that's very just not true. I don't think many people are going to believe that, if at all. But obviously there's a way that people could believe it, if you will, if they were, like, naive enough, if you will. You know, because, like I said, Skeptile is right before Torchic in the Pokédex, you know, and Pokemon typically go into the next Dex entry whenever they evolve, you know, like Slowpoke and Slowbro, or, you know, Trico, Grovyle and Skeptile, you know, they're next to each other, so it kind of makes sense, maybe. Not really, but you know what I mean, you know? Or like another example that I can pull for myself, if you will, is that Farfetch'd, the Kanto one, Kanto Farfetch'd evolving into Doduo. Yeah, that's one thing I believed as a kid, because, you know, they're both normal flying types, they're both, you know, it goes one head, two head, three heads, you know, with Farfetch as the one head, and then obviously Doduo as two heads, and Dodrio as three heads. You know, you got that, and then also, like, they're right next to each other in the Pokédex, you know? So it just made a lot of sense to me that they would evolve, you know? But no, it turned out it wasn't the case in the end, obviously, so... But obviously, at that time, like, that's what I thought. So obviously, if I told someone that, you know, that I believe Farfetch evolves in Doduo somehow, and if they were to say it to someone else, they would have to say, like, oh, I heard it from Minky. You know, they'd have to say that, because, or link my channel, I guess, or something. You know what I mean? Just to say, like, this is where I found it out from, or this is where I heard it from, if you will. Because sometimes, yeah, sites do lie, you know, or not lie, maybe they just get some information wrong, you know, by accident. You know, I want to believe it's by accident, if you will. Sometimes I don't know if it's on purpose, or if it's just laziness or whatever. But, you know, like, I do see sometimes that sites do get things wrong, you know. Obviously, you know, don't just, like, blindly believe it's going to be a mistake or whatever, you know. Because obviously sometimes, like, yeah, a lot of the time they do get stuff right. You know, like with breeding, you know. At the same time, you don't believe some random thing that just doesn't exist. Like, oh, only a female can pass down their Pokeball, for example, in, I think, Generation 7. So why would you randomly believe that a male could only pass down their Pokeball instead, in that case, you know? If only the female could, you know, outside of, like, obviously Ditto or gender-neutral Pokemon like Beldum and Magnemite, you know? You know what I mean? Why would you randomly believe something else, you know, when the site's telling you this, if you will? Like, fair enough, yeah, it can lie, the site can lie, but you would say, like, you would look into it yourself, you say, like, okay, this site says the female passes it down, so I'm going to try it with the female. And then when it turns out that only the female passes it down, okay, the site's correct. You know, but if it was the other way around, if only the male passed down the Pokeball, then you'd be like, okay, the site is wrong, because I'm doing it like this, if you will, you know? You wouldn't randomly make up, like, jump to, like, the male passing down the Pokeball and think, like, okay, well, I'm just going to randomly think that the male passes down the Pokeball because the site says that the female passes down the Pokeball, you know? Like, that's not how you do this research stuff, you know? It's surprisingly easy to do this kind of research, if you will, and yet I feel like people just find it so difficult for no reason, if you will. You know what I mean? It's just so weird to me, you know? And it's only as annoying as it is to me because, like, I've had a lot of times when people, like my hater, for example, have lied to me, or they've, you know, done this or that or whatever. They've lied to me, or they've manipulated me or whatever, to the point where it's like, you're not a good person. I feel, well, maybe not a good person, but, like, I feel like you're a worse person for doing it to someone who has this thing, if you will, you know, rather than just, like, normal, like, and even then, it's like, at the same time, it's like, you can easily just check this out, you know, why are you making things difficult, you know, like, I want things to just be good, you know, I just want to be able to, like, researching is good. I don't want to waste people's time, other people's time, by just saying, like, give them misinformation. That's nasty, you know? Like, that's just nasty to the people, if you will, and it's like, why would you want to do that to someone unless they were a horrible person themselves, you know? You know what I mean? It's like, anyway, sorry for the long tangent again, but anyway, you two are staying here at the hotel tonight, though, aren't you? So you check in? Probably so. And we'll look out for you too, Sonia. If we hear anything about any hero or whatnot, we'll tell you. Alright. The statue of the hero is said to have saved the Galar region. Oh yeah. So at least we got something of an image there then. Nice. Well, I don't even know if we'll have enough time for all this, but hopefully we do. Oh, we actually got a battle, okay. Yeah, okay, I'll leave that for next time then. Yeah, I'll leave that for next time then, because I think there's going to be a genuine actual battle as well. So, yeah, I don't really have anything here that I can really use, but, you know, outside of obviously Rufflet, but, you know, which thankfully does obey us, because again, we have enough badges. It's not even the case that we have enough badges, we don't have enough badges, but we don't need badges to have our own Pokemon obey us like that, you know. Alright, well, yeah, I'll put them up in front, and then I'll probably make Rufflet a part of the team, maybe. I mean, I know the Generation 5 though, to be fair, but maybe? I don't know, we'll see. I get, like, Rufflet at least has some benefit, so yeah, I'll use them for now, and then, you know, we'll see how things go. We've also got Zigzagoon as well, so that's really nice. I might make them part of the team, to be fair, as well, so, you know, we'll see. But yeah, on that note, that's pretty much it for this part, so, yeah, hopefully it wasn't too long, but I guess it's another hour, and like I said, I like to do long parts, so, you know, maybe I'll probably record part 5 tomorrow then, or something, I don't know. But yeah, on that note, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a really minky day.